so now we're going to attempt to determine the best box size to use to trade any particular commodity. Because as you can guess, each box size is going to be different depending on the commodity that you trade. So for example, we're going to be looking at the Nasdaq Futures commodity, and the way we determined that we were going to use box size 10 was by looking at the flow of the entire chart. Okay, so for example, if we go and we change this, for example, to box size 5, you'll see that it has quite a number of areas where there's not very good movement. It happens a lot more right here, right here. There's a lot more areas of movement. The other reason is because on Renko box size 5, it moves a lot faster. It's very hard to catch up, to process, and to read it because it moves faster than you can imagine. So in order for you to be able to use Renko effectively, it has to move well enough and slow enough that you can actually process what is going on when you read it. So when you look at this, because of the erratic nature of how it looks and the speed by which it runs on box size 5, meaning it solidifies and builds a brick every 5-point movement, it wasn't the best for Nasdaq, this particular commodity. And after much testing, we realized that a box size of 10 is generally the best way to go. Now, you can try other box sizes. For example, you can go 15, box size 15. And when you put it on box size 15, it's going to change it that way, meaning that every single brick is a 15-point brick, okay? So it all depends on what you want to use it for, the kind of strategy that you have and that you want to use, and the way that you want to play will determine then how you use the Renko's box size, okay? And so right now we are looking at a Nasdaq Renko box size of 10, but say for example we wanted to be able to trade gold, right? So we're going to go to gold, okay? A box size of 10 may not actually be the best for gold. Why? Because when you look at the bottom down here, you will see that each Renko is moving by the day sometimes. So it went from 9:10 p.m. on February 2nd to 3:22 a.m. February 3rd. You don't have time to be waiting for a Renko to solidify like that. So you know that this particular box size is too big for gold because it's taken over 24 hours for it to build the next Renko. So that means that you have to then go lower. Your box size has to go down, right? And so you're going to go back to the area of settings. And for gold now, maybe you want to take it down to 5 and see what that looks like. At 5, it looks a bit better because now you're getting movement for at least same day, right? And so as you can see here again with the same thing, this is February 2nd at 11:09 p.m., February 3rd at 2:02, February 3rd at 3:14 a.m., and February 3rd again at 3:22, and so on. So at least now you know that you're getting a bit closer, but it might seem like you might go a little lower because again, you're looking for the best box size. You want enough of a move that you can capitalize on multiple opportunities. So we're going to go down, and we found that the best box size for gold was between 1 and 2. This means that when the gold futures commodity moves about 2 points, it'll create an actual Renko, right? And so when you look at this now, there's a lot better movement. You have February 4, 909, February 4, 926, February 4, 929. So now you're seeing that each Renko is making a full Renko between 3 to 10 minutes, which is a lot better because then that helps you understand how it's actually moving for the day. Okay? And so this is how you build it. This is how you build the best box size for the Renko. Again, just to recap, you have to look at number one, you have to look at if it's actually readable, if you can use it. If it's taking 24 hours, 8 hours, 5 hours to build the next Renko, it's probably too big. Next, you have to look at its movement and its speed. If it's moving way too fast, your box size is probably too small. And then thirdly, you want to be able to look at its flow. And so it has to be able to flow well enough that you can tell price action and price movement in a particular direction. The last thing you want to see is things like this right here. Okay? The more of this that you see, the more you want to basically look for a different box size, because you want a box size that is able to give you the balance of speed and flow. Okay? And so in our next segment, we are actually going to talk about how to read Renko charts.